Nintendo has finally fully revealed the Switch 2. After years of speculation, leaks, and insider reports, the April 2nd Nintendo event has finally given us our first look as to what's next for Nintendo fans. We finally have some confirmation on new hardware upgrades, some new features, and some of the major games that might be on the way. So let's break it all down with what's new, what's different, and why the Switch 2 might be Nintendo's biggest move yet. First up is of course the design. Hopefully there's something on the screen right now showing y'all what the design looks like. At first glance, it does look like a more refined version of the original Switch, but there are some key features that are new. The first major change is of course that the screen is much bigger. The screen is no longer 6.2 inches at 720p, it is now 7.9 inches at 1080p. And when you hear it, that might not sound like that much of a change, but that is a massive difference, especially the resolution. And it runs up to 120 FPS, which means you'll get some smooth gameplay with it, which is dope. The Joy-Cons have also been completely redesigned. Instead of the rail system that we have gotten used to since 2018, they now connect magnetically, which should definitely mean a smoother experience and less connection issues. I can't even name how many times my Switch's Joy-Cons have literally tweaked and stopped working due to the rail system, so hopefully these magnetic attachments work way better. And what's also really awesome is that the triggers on the new Joy-Cons are much bigger. Pretty much everything with the Switch 2 is much bigger than it was before, and I know we are all happy to hear that. Also, some quick facts are there are 2 USB-C ports on this console now. Nintendo also highlighted 3D audio when using compatible headphones, and the speakers on the console itself should be a lot better as well. And here's a genuine question: how many times did you run out of storage on your current Switch? If you said a lot, then don't worry about that anymore, because the new Switch has 256 gigabytes of storage, which is much better than the 32 gigs that they gave us previously. They also, of course, have a new Switch 2 dock that outputs up to 4K, and it even has some built-in fans to keep everything cool when running at higher resolutions. Also, here's something that I will touch on very quickly, which is backward compatibility. Both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games will work on the Switch 2. This means you don't have to throw away your old games or cards. This will work completely fine on the Switch 2, which is amazing. I know some people might have been worried about that, but yes, there's a but. While older games will work, Nintendo confirmed that some Switch 2 exclusive titles will take advantage of new hardware upgrades that aren't available on the original Switch. So the new Switch 2 games might not work that well on the old Switch or even be compatible at all, but most Switch games from back then will work completely fine on the Switch 2. Does that make sense? I hope so. And don't really expect backward compatible games to look much better on the Switch 2 unless Nintendo themselves releases an enhanced version of it in some form. Speaking of games, let's move on to what people are most excited for, which is obviously the games on a gaming console. There are 3 Switch 2 games that are currently confirmed. We have a new Mario Kart, we'll talk about that more. We have Metroid Prime 4 and a new 3D Mario game. But Nintendo confirmed that a brand new Mario Kart is in development for the Switch 2. This would be the first mainline Mario Kart game since Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which was originally released, which was originally released in 2014. 11 years ago. That's insane. The new Mario Kart looks pretty cool. I saw there was a lot of new features, a lot of stuff that's coming to it that looks so fire. Why are you charging $80 for a Mario Kart? Come on, Nintendo, no, come here. Why are you charging $80 for a Mario Kart? Were they just trying to get ahead of the curve for GTA 6? $80 for Mario? That's insane to me. That's insane. That's wild. Let me know if you're gonna pick that up. Trust me, it looks amazing. But 80? I don't know, man. I don't know. But Nintendo also confirmed that Metroid Prime 4 is still happening and it will be optimized for the Switch 2. Also, editing Mumu here, I am a complete liar because there are not only 3 confirmed Nintendo Switch exclusive games that are on the way. A couple that I missed is a new Donkey Kong game. There is a new Donkey Kong game coming out called Donkey Kong Bonanza that should be releasing on July 17th of this year. We also have Kirby Air Riders. This will be the first Kirby Air Ride game that will be released since the original back in 2003. And there's a massive list of old Switch games that are coming to the Switch 2 with upgraded and expanded versions of themselves. Also, this is super cool. Nintendo GameCube games are coming exclusively to the Switch 2 via Nintendo Switch Online. So you'll be able to play GameCube games on your Switch 2. I like that a lot of consoles like PlayStation, Xbox, I like that they're starting to include their older catalog of games in their newer consoles for people that just want that nostalgic feeling to play something that they played when they were younger or whenever they played it. And Square Enix's RPGs and Ubisoft titles. Both Square Enix and Ubisoft have confirmed that they are working on Switch 2 games, but no titles have been confirmed yet. That's actually fire. We're gonna get some mainline, like some AAA, like studio games on the Switch 2 finally. While on the topic of that, actually, we are getting Cyberpunk on the Switch 2. Like the full game is gonna be able to. You're gonna be able to download that on the Switch 2. I don't know what they put in the Switch 2. I don't know what they crafted up to be able to run Cyberpunk on it, but that's fire. Cyberpunk's one of the best games of all time. Fight me, I don't care. I'm not gonna fight back because I know what I said and I know that is true. While on topic of trying to figure out how Cyberpunk can like actually run on the Switch 2, let's talk about some new tech and performance upgrades. The Switch 2 will have DLSS support. It will use NVIDIA's DLSS upscaling technology, meaning games could run at higher resolutions without sacrificing performance. So while not every game will hit 4K 60, Nintendo did confirm that some titles will support frame rates above 30 FPS. That's cool if you can somehow tell the difference between 60 and 30. I can't. I can't. Better battery life. Nintendo has optimized power consumption, meaning the Switch 2 should last longer in handheld mode compared to the OLED Switch. Well, when is it coming out? Like, what's the release date? The release date for the Nintendo Switch 2 is June 5th, 2025. So in a couple months. Pre-orders will start on April 9th, so in like a week or so. And the price of the Nintendo Switch 2 is $450. The OG Switch's price was at a $299 price tag. $299 to $450. I'm not gonna lie, it is high, but it makes sense. Like low-key, inflation and everything that's going on, I don't think that's a horrible price. They could have got away with $399 though. Anyways, these might seem like minor upgrades if you aren't that big of a Switch fan, but I assure you that these are some major upgrades that Nintendo has been needing to give a Switch for literally years now. The original Switch, I'm gonna read this right now. The original Switch is one of the best-selling consoles of all time. So instead of completely changing everything, Nintendo is doubling down on what works while improving the weak spots. That's literally everything that they're doing. That's the best way I could put it. But you let me know, what are you excited to see with the new Switch? Are you gonna pick it up? Are you not? Is Mario Kart being $80 insane to you like it's insane to me? Just let me know in the comments. Yeah, don't forget to do all the stuff that a person that would like a video would do, which is, of course, like the video, subscribe, and all of that stuff. And I'm gonna catch y'all. Nintendo, 80 for Mario Kart?